Greetings once again from across the pond. I'm Josh Mann. I run a digital humanities and theology nonprofit in the USA. I was also a research fellow at Codec for 3 years until fairly recently. And in this video, I want to explore the ways in which materiality, particularly of our Bibles, impacts meaning. Let me start with this statement. Changing the cover of your Bible changes its meaning. Now, do you agree or disagree? Changing the cover of your Bible changes its meaning. Or try this. Fill in the blank. Changing the blank of your Bible changes its meaning. Typography. Page block. For example, 1 or 2 columns. Add maps or a preface, a concordance, and especially change the medium from print to digital or vice versa. And I claim you've changed its meaning because technology means. Technology means. So when we think about how text technology, like a book, that's the technology that wraps up and presents text, how that technology itself means or changes the meaning of the text. We might look at it from a few different perspectives, but the one I want to focus on in this short video is this concept of paratexts. According to Gerard Genette, paratext are those liminal devices and conventions, both within and outside the book, that form part of the complex mediation between book, author, publisher, and reader. Titles, forewords, epigraphs, and publisher's jacket copy are part of a book's private and public history. In other words, he's talking mostly about a printed book. There's all sorts of features of the book itself besides the main text that informs how we read it, that affect its meaning. If we extrapolate that just a bit and think about digital devices, we might also say there's all sorts of things that affect the way we interpret a text, such as the device we're using, the user interface, the navigational features, etc. And so let's think for a moment about a Bible. Here is a quite traditional looking leather bound Bible. What are some of the paratexts that affect the way we interpret it, even interpret it as an object, as well as its text? We'll consider that binding on the left-hand side that encourages us to see this collection of ancient writings as uniform and as belonging together. The gold print and the leather jacket suggest that this has authority, and we should use it because this is a book that's meant to be durable. Or consider one that we like in the Northeast, the Lindisfarne Gospels, a beautifully decorated Gospels book. To what extent does the calligraphy affect the interpretation of this Bible? Or we might think of this primitive Bible software program from 1989 called The Perfect Word. To what extent does this layout or this search box affect the way we interpret it? Or Bible Gateway, an online interface for reading the Bible. Or YouVersion, a Bible app. One question we might ask of YouVersion is, how do we navigate between books? What role does a search bar have in the creation of meaning and the way that I approach a text? But in our next video, we'll talk more about not just the ways that materiality impacts meaning, but how the materiality impacts the ways that we use these Bibles.